God's blessings to everyone. This is a DGHradio.com news and information news update for the British Virgin Islands, and I'm reporter EVH reporting the latest developments from across the British Virgin Islands. Public safety and governance lead tonight's rundown. Leaders of the Virgin Islands Party and the National Democratic Party made a rare joint appeal, urging residents to participate in a week-long demonstration beginning this afternoon in Roadtown. The action follows the governor's decision to revert acting police commissioner Jacqueline Vanterpool to deputy and to appoint Richard Olger as interim acting commissioner. Organizers said the protest is intended to be peaceful and nonpartisan, arguing that leadership selections for the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force should reflect fairness, transparency, and confidence building with the public. The call to action frames this as a national issue that transcends party lines, with participants asked to gather after the workday to maximize turnout. The broader debate is about trust in institutions and the balance of authority in an overseas territory. The governor's office has emphasized continuity of policing while the permanent recruitment proceeds. Supporters of Vanterpool credit her with strengthening community relations and argue that the optics of replacing a local officer at this stage risk undermining morale. Community leaders counter that calm, lawful protest is precisely how residents should convey their concerns. What residents will be watching for next are any concrete steps, clear selection criteria, published timelines, and visible engagement with local stakeholders that reduce tension and reinforce the legitimacy of the eventual appointment. Turning to the economy and the 2026 spending plan, the Premier is defending the largest budget in Virgin Islands history, about $550.6 million, saying it targets bread and butter concerns while stabilizing public finances. He highlighted cost of living relief, support for seniors and people with disabilities, and expansion of work and training opportunities. The administration also flagged a regulated basket of goods at the border beginning December 1st to help temper grocery prices. The argument from government is that these measures, alongside a pipeline of public works, will help households while tackling long-deferred maintenance and project delivery. Where will the money go? The Ministry of Communications and Works is set to receive the largest share, just over $101 million, reflecting territory-wide priorities for safer roads, more dependable water service, and core utilities. Health and social development and education, youth affairs and sports follow as the next largest allocations, signaling parallel pressure points in clinics and schools. The political reality, however, is that voters will judge success not by line items but by potholes filled, leaks fixed, and project timelines met. Residents should look for monthly milestones, contract disclosures, and open communication when delays arise so that the community can hold implementers accountable. Aviation access is another strategic plank. Cabinet has endorsed extending the Terence B. Lettsome International Airport runway to 7,000 feet, and the Premier says construction is targeted to begin in 2026 after the necessary procurement and environmental work. The expectation: larger aircraft, more direct routes, and better reliability for visitors and residents. Advocates say this would open new markets in North America, Latin America, and even Europe, trimming travel time and boosting competitiveness. Skeptics caution that costs, environmental safeguards around Trellis Bay, and execution capacity must be managed tightly. For now, residents should anticipate the environmental impact assessment and master plan updates before shovels hit the ground. Tourism gets a near-term boost next week. The Uber Soca cruise is scheduled to call at Tortola on Tuesday, November 18th, with government projecting same-day onshore spending in the range of $600,000 to $750,000. Officials say per-passenger spending has trended higher, and the event will feature land-based activities designed to help local vendors capture more of that spend. Public funding to secure the visit is reported at roughly $400,000, including logistics and programming. The test will be post-event reporting, head counts, card and cash sales, and business surveys that show what worked, what didn't, and whether this model should be repeated or refined for the rest of peak season. Staying with growth and jobs, the long-stalled Prospect Reef site is inching forward. Government says requests for proposals are slated for December, aiming for a 4-star or better hotel with at least 150 rooms and conference capacity of about 300 delegates. The pitch is that modern inventory will lift room rates, expand business tourism, and move an eyesore back onto the tax rolls. The community will expect to see bidder criteria, terms, and a transparent evaluation process, including local hire requirements and construction oversight that prevents the project from slipping or overrunning. A civic milestone sits alongside the policy headlines. The House of Assembly is marking 75 years since the restoration of the legislature, with events running through the month. Leaders used a special sitting to reflect on the Great March of 1949 and the long push for representative government. The anniversary arrives amid active constitutional discussions. Speakers emphasize that commemoration is not just about the past, but about unfinished work to strengthen self-governance and accountability. Public engagement, mock sittings, educational content, and recognition ceremonies aims to build civic literacy for the next generation of voters and leaders. Public services continue to intersect with the economic agenda. The budget sets aside significant non-ministerial obligations, pensions, debt service, and statutory commitments to protect retirees and maintain financial credibility. Meanwhile, ministries are being pressed to publish clearer schedules and performance targets, particularly for road resurfacing and water system upgrades. Implementation discipline, procurement speed, site management, communication will determine whether 2026's larger allocations result in faster, visible improvements in every district. Community notes. A tractor-trailer miscalculation on a tight curve in the Fort Hill area over the weekend caused a brief traffic disruption, with no injuries reported. The incident is a reminder of the territory's narrow, steep roads and the need for continued caution, clearer signage, and ongoing maintenance. It also underscores the importance of the planned infrastructure push, not just big projects, but everyday fixes that keep people and goods moving safely. Stepping back, the through line across tonight's stories is confidence. Confidence in policing leadership, confidence in budgets translating to tangible results, and confidence that strategic investments in airlift and tourism will pay off without crowding out essential services. The next few weeks will bring answers, peaceful demonstrations that test civic maturity, procurement steps that test transparency, and a major cruise call that tests whether projections match reality on the ground. We'll track each development closely. These and other issues are of great concern within the islands. Let us know your thoughts by texting your comments to 13158981449. You can also join our WhatsApp group and get the news, weather, and other insightful information delivered right to your smartphone. To join, text JOIN to 13158981449. Please include your name in the text message. You will receive a call to verify your request. I'm your reporter, EVH, signing off for DGHradio.com. Remember, EVH and DGH, together we explain, verify, and highlight as we deliver global headlines, because on DGHradio.com, the news never sleeps. Goodbye for now. Ciao.